Karen, some people have friends and relatives that are being victims of domestic violence and abuse. What can they do to help?
Well, the one thing that you can't do is tell the victim what to do. The best thing to do is to try and provide the victim with information on abuse, with information about what an abuser's like, with information on what her chances are with the abuser, what the abuse is going to do to her children, if she has children, the fact that it will negatively affect her children, that the abuse patterns will transfer to her child or children, so that the children will start acting out physically against her, and that if the victim wants their help, that the family and friends will be there. That's probably one of the hardest things for family and friends to do, is to hang in there and to be there, because the abuser tries to keep family and friends away from the victim, because they don't want the victim to know what a normal, healthy relationship is like. So if the family and friends can stick in there and stand by the victim, that's probably one of the best things that they can do for their friend, is to stay there.
So some friends and family have explained there's a problem, and the response has been, but he's special and you just don't understand him. What do you do?
Well, of course. The abuser is charming, and they're not abusive all the time. They're only abusive some of the time. And the victims like to remember the times that he's charming. And they don't want to remember those times that he gets aggressive with them and that he is what I call being ugly. But it's those times that he's being ugly that are the bad times. And unfortunately, as time goes on, those bad times get more frequent, and those good times decrease. And what victims don't seem to realize is that those bad times and those ugly times are not going to go away. They're only going to increase. And the severity of the abuse is also going to increase. It's not going to decrease. Victims think that there's something that they can do, that they can change the abuser. If they only clean the house better, if they make dinner more frequently, if they please them sexually more, there's something that they can do to change the abuser. But reality is that there's absolutely nothing that a victim can do to make the abuser happy, because the abuser will always change things up and say, no, you should have done this, or you should have done that, or you should have done something else. Because the abuser always has to blame the victim, or blame somebody else, blame his boss, blame the person down at the market that didn't make him happy. There's always somebody else that it's their fault. It's never the abuser's fault. So the victim can never, ever make the abuser happy. And things are only going to get worse. So the longer that victim stays in that relationship, the harder it's going to be to leave. And the harder it is for friends and family to hang in there and to stay, because they see how difficult it is on the victim and how much the victim is being hurt. And it's very hard to see somebody being hurt, and they don't want that for their friend.